Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is O'Neal Catnell. I want to welcome you to our call. It is April 29th, Sunday night, 10 p.m., and everyone is here for this wonderful team call, training and information, how to get equipped and become successful at your endeavor here with Synergy Worldwide. So I want to thank you guys. They say 80% of success is showing up, and showing up, assures you that you're going to get there. But this call, ladies and gentlemen, we're excited about because we're going to lay out some really good foundational information, to ensure that everyone is being equipped and also provided accurate information that will help you, earn the income and become successful and become healthy, what we're seeking to achieve here. So want to thank you all. But what we're going to do is I'm going to bring on a young lady out of Jacksonville, Florida, that has a very compelling testimonial. And the testimonials of what these products are doing is just fantastic. And it is your greatest tools, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we record these calls. And, to hear different people's testimonials of this product is just fantastic. So what I'm going to do, is invite a young lady by the name of Ariel Watkins that's on the phone. If she could step forward, state her name, and then go ahead and share with everyone her testimonial on the Synergy product. Ariel, are you there?
I am here.
Oh, great. Well, thank you for being on the call. Take the floor and share with everyone.
All right. I just want to say good evening to everybody. I have been in Synergy now for getting close to 90 days, not sure of the exact date. The testimony I want to share with you tonight is about the skincare line through Synergy. It's called TrueLoom. I don't know if any of you guys have used it. The system that I'm using, I mainly use the cleansing gel. Right after the cleansing gel, I follow up with the hydrating toner, and I love the moisturizer. I don't really have problem skin now, but I had it growing up. But I noticed that as I got in my 30s, my skin started to change. So the main thing I've noticed with the TrueLoom, I've been using it for about 3 weeks now, is that it just gives my skin almost like a glow. I noticed that when I'm using it, it's very light. It doesn't irritate my skin at all. Has a really fresh scent to it. And I like the fact that the three things that it promises, which is, of course, to purify your skin, to fortify your skin, and to protect it. I have not worn makeup in about 3 weeks, and I used to religiously wear makeup. So, I'm really happy with the skincare line, and mainly because I know it's plant-based. And it's not filled with things that could cause cancer. Some of the flagship beauty products actually have things in them that could be cancer-causing, and I don't have to worry about it with this. David, I was at the beach. I really wasn't worried about sunblocking my face because I had the moisturizer on, and I know the moisturizer does a lot to protect you from UV rays. So I'm going to continue to use this line. I also have a cousin who's going to be ordering this line here at the end of the week, and she has psoriasis. I allowed her to use my system 2 days ago, and we noticed immediately that her face, just same thing I'm experiencing, she had a glow to her skin, and also the toner was removing that top layer of dead skin cells, and we could see that. So I'm really excited about it, and thank you, O'Neal, for allowing me to share tonight, and I'll have more updates as I continue to use it.
Thank you so much, Ariel, for sharing your testimonial. Thank you again.
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, testimonials are your greatest tools when it's coming to share. And I want to bring on another young lady that's on the call tonight. She wasn't really expecting this, but I'm going to bring her up to share her testimonial, and that is Miss Janet Lindo, to share with everyone her testimonial, of the benefits from the Synergy product. So, Janet, if you can hit *6 to unmute yourself and state your name and take the floor and share your testimonial. Please hit *6 to unmute yourself. Okay, we'll move on to another.
Can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you now. Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Please take the floor. Share your name and your wonderful testimonial, with everyone out there, as we're sharing quite a few testimonials tonight with the people out there.
Thank you, O'Neill. Good night, everyone. My name is Janet Lindo. I'm calling from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I myself is a recipient of this product. Not even a month, but it's phenomenal what I have experienced. I have one of those major issues that we all seem to face, blood pressure, and I can guarantee you my readings have been astronomical. You're looking at my top numbers in the 150s, 160s, 170s, 180s. My bottom number, sometimes 110, 120, 115, depending on the day and the stress level. However, I, was introduced to this product and started it on the 16th. And I promise you, no, I'm sorry. I started it on the Monday before that. I was out of town, came back, and it was available, and I decided I was going to try it. And I said, you know what? In fairness, let me start tracking myself, and I checked my blood pressure 8:30 that evening, which read 167 over 101. I took the product 8:30. It was a Monday evening. I went about my business. I was cooking, cleaning, doing all manner of things. Last thing I know, I jumped out the shower, washed down the shower, got in bed, and it was 12:39. I decided, let me try the blood pressure and see. It was laying right there. After starting, I said to myself, you know what? After doing all those things, you should have waited at least a half hour. I said, but let me see the worst of it at this point. Lo and behold, my blood pressure was 125 over 87. I almost fell out the bed. I have not seen numbers like that since I was in my 20s. So for me to sit here tonight and let you know that I have not been taking my blood pressure medication, which I've been taking now for probably about 4 or 5 years. But I can safely say that I have not been taking it. My readings have been 115, 111 over 87, 79, and it's just been phenomenal. And I am grateful to be a recipient of the product and hope to spread the news to each and every one. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Janet. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can hear, it's a reoccurring theme. People are seeing benefits. Now, there's another individual on the call that I want to have share their testimonial, because insomnia is a huge issue when it comes to people out there in our society. We're stressed out, and, we have heavy schedules, and sometimes, one of the most powerful tools you can give your body to recover is sleep. And this lady has a wonderful testimonial, and that is none other than Miss Diane Galloway. Are you on the line?
Yes, O'Neill. Good evening. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for being on the call. Could you share your testimonial tonight with everyone out there?
Well, it's so many different things. It's awesome. I started a product, it's about a week and a half ago, and I always literally have to take something to sleep. I'm an herbalist, and I do my own mixes and have my own stuff, and they work very well. But people are always coming to me with different products, and when I was introduced to it by Genevieve and a few other people, I was like, not interested. And then after a gentleman by the name of Teddy kind of twisted my arm, and I decided to take a look at it, I started taking it, and I found that once I took it, I didn't have to take anything else to sleep. In fact, you know how you'd sleep and you'd get up and then you'd have to go to the bathroom and come back and find that you have to literally take a while, count some sheep before you fall asleep. Well, with this, you just take it and you go right back to bed as if you never got up. And you don't get up as often. My son has been taking it and find that he's not getting up to go to the bathroom as he was before. It is doing so many different things. And to tell you how it is, I joined the company about, it's a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks almost, and I have ordered 3 times because the more I tell people, there's so many people. I had a young lady today, and I'm not going to take very long, who had, her mother has had so many heart surgeries that the doctor says they can't do anymore. It is totally amazing. And she came to me and she says, my mother is at her wit's end because what she did is she's been on everything. And in fact, she was in a hospital for the last 3 weeks. She was in the hospital, in ICU. They were giving her blood thinners. And the blood thinners caused her to bleed through her nose and through her rectum. When she explained it to you, you could just cry. And so she said to me, I literally need to have something for my mother. And literally, the only thing I had is my supply that I had to literally give it to her out of my stack. So it's an awesome, awesome product, and it does work fantastic.
Well, thank you so much, Diane. Thank you for all you're doing and continue to do. And ladies and gentlemen, just want to share with you, you hear the reoccurring theme here on this call tonight. This is some of your greatest tools we're going to equip you with. So let's progress on all the way up to Detroit. There's a gentleman that has a very powerful testimonial that I'd like for him to share with you all when it comes to this product, and that is none other than Mr. Stanley Jordan out of Detroit, Michigan. Stan, could you share with everyone your testimonial with the Synergy product line? Please hit *6 to unmute yourself.
Are you there?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. You can take the floor.
Yeah. Thanks, O'Neill. My name is Stanley Jordan, everyone. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. And
before you start, Stan, let's not forget. Stan, everyone, we want to wish Stanley a happy, happy birthday. Today is his birthday. So happy birthday to you before you get started, Stan.
Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks, bro. I just want to give a shout back out to you, O'Neill, for doing these calls. They keep me motivated and keep me upbeat. But just to tell you guys my testimonial, I've had blood pressure issues, I would say for the last 15, 20 years. And sometimes it might spike to 160 over 100. And so I've been on 2 blood pressure meds for the last couple of years. So I decided to diligently stay on the Pro-Arginine protocol every day. I take 2 packs. I take 2 packs in the morning, 2 packs at night. And so the last 5 weeks. On a bad day, my blood pressure does not get over 124, 125 over 78. That's on a bad day. And that is really phenomenal for me at 63 years old. So I'm really excited about our journey with this company. I love all the testimonials that I just heard. That just gives me more encouragement and more inspires me more to tell more people about what we have. We have something that's very unique. And I really do believe it's God sent that this happened because here in Detroit, Michigan, we have dialysis centers opening up just like McDonald's restaurants. They're everywhere in our neighborhoods. It's just crazy. So I have a golden opportunity to spread this word and hopefully build a sales force up here. But I'm truly excited about what we have. God bless everybody on the phone that's getting all these phenomenal results. And I just encourage you to keep your hearts up and help us spread this word about what we have this unique opportunity. So the floor is back to you, Neil. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Stan, and I hope you enjoyed your day today. Thank you again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing that, and we're going to go all the way over because this testimonial is so powerful. I can't stop sharing it with people, and that is our friend over in Reno, Nevada, Mr. Roscoe Hankins. Mr. Roscoe Hankins, could you take the floor and just briefly share with everyone your powerful testimonial?
Well, thank you, O'Neill. I really appreciate the opportunity to share a little bit. Good evening and welcome to all on the call. My name is Roscoe Hankins. I'm out of Reno, Nevada. I'll give a little background on me. I'm a senior citizen, which means I'm over 70, 70 years young, that is. I'm a veteran, and being a veteran, unfortunately, I suffer from a number of maladies. I could name them off. High blood pressure, cholesterol, stress, gout, back pains, etc. I take a number of remedies for that, or have taken a number of remedies. If I count sitting here in front of me, there's probably anywhere from about 17 pills. My pills have pills, as a matter of fact. But I'm so glad to say that when I was introduced to the RG9 product, I just started taking it. And matter of fact, I just took one a day whenever I felt the need for it, and I shared with others. And I've been back and forth to my doctor several times, and in San Francisco, and he's a little miffed and puzzled because the only two things that can affect that, and I just happen to have an aneurysm, heart aneurysm also, and he put me through a few tests, and then put me back through after the second time I came, put me through them again, and he was puzzled about the results. So he put me through the same test again the same day and got, I guess, even better results. So with the cholesterol, blood pressure, and all my other maladies. And he asked me, he wanted to know, well, what have you been doing? What changed? What did you change? And I said, well, there's only two things that can change your life, and that's prayer and RG9. I thank the Synergy Worldwide company because this is a blessing. And I feel encouraged and motivated that I have to share with others. I have a younger brother who's had multiple heart attacks, and he's several years, or at least a year younger than I am. So the RG9 is a blessing to me. I'm stretching out and using additional products, and they work. And it doesn't get any simpler than that. The products work, the checks cash, and one of the reasons we're still here, or I am, is the RG9 product. I'll give that back to you, and I just have to say, if you missed the train, unfortunately, catch the bus and try and catch up, because this train is going somewhere. Thank you for the opportunity, O'Neill, and again, a blessing to all out there. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much, Roscoe. Ladies and gentlemen, you hear the passion coming from him and from everyone out there. You know, these are the tools, ladies and gentlemen. This is powerful to hear these testimonials. So we're going to send this recording out so you guys can share it with people that you know, love, and care about. But there's some other aspects now that I want to share with you of becoming successful with Synergy Worldwide. You see, we have powerful products that work. That is a blessing. It lowers the barrier of sharing with other people because now you can go with confidence knowing that you have something that will affect their health in a beneficial way. And it allows you the power to build a significant income stream based on your work ethic, your commitment, and your dedication. It will reward you very well. Now, here are some of the tools that will help you, because that's what we are here for. We work together as a team because together everyone achieves more. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, you know, you can leverage your time freedom better because this is not designed to be a burden. It is designed for you to leverage the efforts of other people. You know, Albert Einstein said it best. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Okay, that's from one of the most brilliant minds in the world, and he's talking about compounding your efforts, meaning leveraging the efforts of other people. That's what network marketing is about. It is very, very simple for you guys to understand. You hear us talk about the word duplication. What that is meaning is you're duplicating your efforts through other people. It is a behavior that you have to completely understand. And when you understand this, you will develop a method and a system that will reward you year upon year, years down the road for things that you will do within the next 2 to 5 years. You don't only get to do it once and it will repeat itself, but you have to condition yourself, okay, to this behavior. It is like learning a new trade. It is like, developing your muscle. Okay, it does not necessarily happen overnight. It happens through repetition. It happens through persistent. Because guess what? You are replacing old habits with a new productive one that's going to reward you. And how do we know it reward you? Look at your volume of business. Okay, that's how you know it's going to reward you, because volume is your measuring stick that you are on course in doing something. Okay, so it is so powerful for you to understand that. So what we're going to talk about today, there's a rule out there called the 80-20 rule, or the Pareto's principle. Okay, it is a very significant rule because it is fact. Okay, the law of vital few, or the principle of factor sparsity, states that for many events, roughly 80% of the efforts come from 20% of the causes, meaning 80% of your business came from 20% of the efforts that you're doing. So the key thing here is to recognize what that 20% is and focus on that, because the 80% does not serve you well. Okay, what it does is takes up 80% of your time. So in other words, 80% of your effort, okay, 20% of your effort, results in 80% of your results. And 80% of your effort only gives you 20% results. Okay, very, very important for you to understand this principle, because remember this, 80% of the time is expended, many trivial tasks you're doing. Okay, but 20% of the time you're doing few vital tasks, but it's yielding you 80% of your result. When you recognize this and you hold on to this, it's going to be the greatest and most significant breakthrough, because what will happen is all of a sudden you will have a synergy business that is growing, you will have a team growing, okay, and you recognize that you now have a system in place, but it doesn't stop there. That is your personal effort. Now, this rule of 80-20 now translates into team production. Think about that, okay? That's where we talk about duplication, and it's a behavior, right? So when you now have, qualified yourself and developed yourself and becoming productive, okay, getting 80% of your results from 20% of your activity, okay, then now you can go and teach others what you're doing in terms of when you're developing a sales force. Spend time developing them to adapt the same understanding, okay, so that they now can be efficient and limit their trivial tasks and do the few tasks that will yield them the greatest results, okay? When those people that you teach understand this and have their breakthrough and now seek to help develop others developing this task, you have created the behavior of duplication in your business, meaning it's going to grow exponentially. If you are compounding your efforts, it's no longer solely dependent upon you, ladies and gentlemen. That is very important. When I had this epiphany, it changed my life. Robert Kiyosaki said it best. The richest people in the world seek out networks, okay, and look to build them, while others look for work. And you guys are not on this phone to look for work. You're looking to build a network based on the fact that you have something that addresses the top 10 leading causes of death around the world, providing a benefit for people, and for that you are handsomely rewarded. And you will build a network that will capture the market share of business within the Synergy family line of distributors. That's what this is about, which is fantastic for everyone that's on this call. So this behavior, ladies and gentlemen, that you're going to develop comes through developing a discipline and a habit. What is the basic vital tasks that yield the greatest results here, 80% of the results? You've heard us talk about this. It's called third-party validation. This is where you're not in business by yourself. You're leveraging the efforts of others in your success line. You're leveraging it, okay? You're leveraging it for your benefit. This three-way call, you'll hear us repeat this over and over again because it is the most, once you understand the psychology and the behavior behind it, it will be a huge breakthrough. And not only that, it will garner, tremendous growth to where your growth can even go vertical. Okay? This third-party validation, it is important for you to understand. When you are talking to people and you're dealing with people and you're sharing with people, the most important step to understand is to take yourself out of the equation. As quick as you give it and you get the attention, then you seek to take yourself out of the equation because there's a relationship between you and the people that you prospect. Even a stranger, you just build up some relationship with them and you're sharing information. Okay? But between you and that prospect, there is a relationship because you established a connection with them. And it's called trust. And you're going to learn to leverage that. And by leveraging that is introducing them to the tools. The tools, believe it or not, you can do a three-way call with this call. Sharing testimonial. That is a three-way call. Then proceed on to introducing them to someone, okay, that is a so-called expert. But you can start off, just break the ice by introducing them to information, ladies and gentlemen. It is so important for you to understand to take yourself out of the picture. Okay, what that does is allow people to absorb the information and make the decision for themselves. But not only that, by them seeing how you go about conducting the effort of, sharing this opportunity, products, and so forth with them, it will show them that you're pointing them to information and you're not being the tool. Because the tool is a resource. It's the information about the product. It's the information about the business. Okay? It's the events. It's the conference calls. It's the recording. Those are your tools. Point people to your tools. Because when they see that, they will say, okay, psychologically, I can do that. I can point people to information. I can point someone to a so-called expert. You mean I don't have to be the expert? Okay? You have just dissolved the wall of fear that they would have to learn all this information from. Okay? So you point them to that so-called expert. But when you point them to the expert, ladies and gentlemen, you have to leverage that trust. It is so important for you to understand. There are 4 dominant personality traits, and you got to cater to that. And when you do that, you have to also build up, okay, the information. So let's say you're pointing them to the recording of a testimonial. You still edify that. Say, hey, listen, this is a powerful testimonial from someone who's been, dramatically affected and benefited. This is someone that I have a lot of respect for because they were brave enough to share their experience. And, for that, it tells me that they love to help people. They're passionate about it. And because of that, they are now becoming more knowledgeable about health and so forth. And obviously, by their enthusiasm on this, they definitely are a fun-like person. So listen to this testimonial and hear what they have to say very clearly. Okay? See how we build it up? That's the cool thing that you guys get to do. You get to become the lead supporting actor, okay, in an Oscar award-winning play called The Three-Way Call Third-Party Validation Movie. Okay? Then, if it's an individual like myself or some of the leaders here, it can be anyone on this call. You still have to build them up because that person is going to trust what you say about them. And when you build up and edify what we call the expert or the information, now they will respect it via what you have said through edification. They will respect the individual, they will respect the call, they will respect the event. And that's what you want to have enforced inside of them, to have that respect, because when they respect it, they will go through the information and they will go through the process and go to the next step. That's the psychology you have to understand. Okay? You are trailing them. It's like a horse. You are a conductor in a train. You're driving this train and you're steering it. You're just leveraging them, okay? So when it's an individual such as myself or anyone else, okay, that you do a three-way call with, it is important for you to go through the 4 classifications, okay, or the personality traits of edification. 1, successful person, okay? having a success with this opportunity, this Synergy Worldwide. They know knowledgeable, okay? They know 100% of the facts of the detail, okay? They love to help people, okay? And they're fun and social. You will really love their personality because they're just a life of a party. And those are the 4 dominant personality traits. You're getting people's attention because 1 out of the 4 or 2 out of the 4, they will gravitate to because it's naturally part of who they are. Okay, it's very, very important for you guys to understand that. And when you get on this 3-way call, okay, and you introduce the speaker, do not ever interject until it's your turn, till it's turned over to you, because what happens is when you interject, now you have let that prospect lose some model of respect that you have built up for that person. Okay, wait until it's turned over to you, and then you can expound when it's your turn, because now you are still conveying that level of respect that they need. And the expert, all they're going to do is their job is to point people to the information to make a choice. They're either going to get on the conference call, hear testimonials, get some printed information to take them to the next step. Usually through 3 touches, people are ready to do something. Okay, so whether it's a meeting that they're going to, whether it's a conference call, whether it's the email information, printed information, or or a sit down, that's what that is designed to. But once you get that going, okay, it takes 3 initial contacts, and they're ready to go to do something, whether they're going to become a customer or whether they're going to be a team member with you, a distributor. Preferably a distributor, because it is such a beneficial thing. It's only a lifetime membership fee, and then you can buy products and so forth. But if you refer people and you refer others, because you're going to have testimonial, it just makes sense to become a member. Why not earn that 25% commission on it? So this is one of the most powerful tools that if you spend in your going to be your 20% productivity on the Pareto's rule. Okay, if you spend more time doing this activity, okay, it's going to yield you 80% of your results. Okay, I am a testimony to that. When I started with Synergy Worldwide, I must have had my sponsor on about almost 1,000 calls within the 60-day period, just calling everybody, different people, going through my Rolodex. And what that did, it yielded a volume of over 70,000 in volume, right? That yielded checks upwards of $21,000. Okay? Now, based on your own work ethic and so forth, everyone that's on this phone can potentially do more than that, because guess what? That's the benchmark that is set, but it's not, established as the absolute minimum. It is just a benchmark that you can reach, and most of us on this call can exceed that. And we're looking for people just like you. But it's so important for you to utilize these tools and utilize the activity that's going to yield you the results that you're looking for. Because, success with Synergy Worldwide is measured in 2 ways: volume and income. And volume equals income, and income equals volume. They're reciprocal to each other. Okay, it's a measure. Okay, it's a measure of activity that's going on. It's a great way to see if you're on track and so forth. And guess what? It's a great way to be honest with yourself. Are you really doing the activities that you need to do? Because Will Smith has said it best in an interview. He says, listen, most people at their best only put 60% effort into any undertaking that they're doing. Can you imagine if on a credibility scale we raised our scale up to where we're doing 75% more effort? How much more rewarding that would be to us financially, to our friends, to our families, okay? To your household. Not only that, oftentimes our activity, we are so consumed in our own activity that we do not see the blessing that we convey to others, because it's not about what you're doing. It's about who see what you're doing. And you never know who you may attract because of the activity that you're doing and the results you're getting. Now you are attracting, people who are looking for significance in their life, looking to leave a legacy, by you changing your behavior, by you becoming, dedicated, committed, and focused on becoming good, okay, at these tasks that will yield you the results, okay? It is so important. But here's the thing. It goes back. When you become good at these tasks, you'll be also in position to teach these tasks. And when you're able to teach these tasks, then you have, reached another level of leadership where now you're teaching people, you're training the trainers. And then once these trainers become trainers themselves, that is what we call duplication. You have a thriving business that is growing because it is replicating the behavior that you have established. That's why duplication is a behavior. How are you behaving? Be honest with yourself. We call it the credibility scale. I rank myself on a credibility scale. Okay, how am I doing? Am I putting in the effort on a scale 1 to 10? You don't have to tell me. Okay, at one point I was at 4. And I just had to be honest with myself because I wanted to grow. It's not about you who are listening to the call. It's about me and where I want to go and the legacy that I want to leave. So I went and made sure I'd be honest with myself. And what I did is I said, listen, if I can get to a 5, that's a mark of improvement. I gave myself 60 days to do that. Okay, meaning I am doing these calls, I'm doing the tasks that are needed to yield the results as what people before me has established that works, right? So once I got to where I feel like I'm proficient, I'm at a 5 in my credibility scale, I set another threshold. I said, okay, I'm at a 5, so let me try and get to a 6. And it progressed on to where now I'm at an 8. And, that is for me personally, ladies and gentlemen. So that's your homework. Go and be honest with yourself. Rank yourself on a credibility scale on your daily activities that you're doing. Are you doing the tasks needed, to yield you the 80% of results that you're looking for? These results in volume of business that results in income that you're looking for. And many of us are looking for incomes, for retirement, to replace a job, to provide for your household, whatever that goal is. It all hinges on your behavior and you being honest with yourself. Am I as committed that I need to be to get these results? So I can leave that legacy. That's important for you to understand as we're moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, because the market share is wide open. What we have to do is graduate ourselves into the behavior to capture it, to get the 80% of the results so that you can capture market share, not just in South Florida, but throughout the entire North America, Central and South America, Because think about this. 5 years is going to come whether you and I want it or not. Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be the same person getting the same results that you've always been getting? Or do you want to step yourself up? Take these baby steps if you have to take baby steps, and develop this behavior that becomes a character, that transforms your life in the next 5 years. It starts with you ranking yourself where I'm at. Because once you know where you are, you know exactly where you can go. And rank yourself on the credibility scale. And work on developing. Don't set unrealistic expectations, to say, since I rank myself at a 4, next month I'm going to jump up to a 7. That's being unrealistic. One step at a time, It takes a while to develop a new habit, and the behavior that's needed to become successful is what we call a habit. It is something that you do, You do it so well it becomes unconsciously done, So it is so important. So we have these tools here. We have these calls. Let's start leveraging them, ladies and gentlemen, because as you know, it is important for you to develop your synergy business. We build 2 teams here, one on your right, one on your left, And that's why we implore you to really get going with these tasks that needed, these 3-way calls, so you can start, not just building customer volume, but also building your basic commission. Because once you learn how to build that basic commission, you'll teach others to build it. And then you'll earn that matching check and so forth. And it just keeps on progressing. And it's a steady movement, okay, steady progress towards a worthy ideal, okay? So I want to thank you all for being on this team call, okay? We have an event coming up this week, and we have our conference call this Tuesday. You know, stay tuned to all the members that are on the phone here. Looking forward to South Florida. You know, wonderful things are happening there. Looking forward to Detroit. You know, looking forward to everyone that's on this call. Okay, so I want to thank everyone that has participated and shared their testimonial. We thank you for that. And ladies and gentlemen, the best present you can give me for my birthday tomorrow is to do three-way calls. Let's leverage this information. Let's share these testimonial with other people. Let's leverage the power of a third, you know, the three-way call, ladies and gentlemen, so you all can succeed and get the 80% results that you're looking for. So this concludes the call. I want to thank each and every one for being on the call, and definitely have a wonderful evening. God bless.